Hello, Daryl here. The channel is Programming in Any Language. The supporting website is programminginanylanguage.com or black-duck.com. They both take it to the same place, and it's a place where you'll find the videos and PDFs of the code. The video is the Anything Database version 4, part 9, search. Search is the final piece of this application. It's not necessary when we only have a few records, but it is mandatory if you're dealing with a database of thousands of records. Back in the array section of the website, we've seen the sequential search and the binary search, and both those methods could be applied here. In addition, we could set this up so the user could search on any field in this database, even combine fields. But in this video, we are keeping it relatively simple by confining the search to the last name only. And our search mechanism will be the sequential search. We'll use an instance of the class for each record to pull out the fully formatted last name, and we'll compare that to the user search criteria, which is also formatted to a fixed size. With the aid of another Boolean, we will modify the update button to actually perform the search. You should find this process quite interesting. Let's give it a go. All the functionality of our Anything Database version 4 is complete, with the exception of one thing: search. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to establish a search function for the Anything Database version 4, part 9, search. Search is sitting right here, and as you can see, it's a little bit complicated because it does the enter search criteria and the flip buttons. Then it jumps down to this area in here and ties itself in with a cancel button that's part of the edit and the add. And so we need to look at that. There's find is sitting over here. So let's take a look at this and break it down a little bit smaller. It looks kind of like this. Our search button, we're going to enter the search criteria. We're going to flip our buttons. And if we don't want to do the search, we'll do a cancel, which is going to set us back to where we were before. Cancel works pretty straightforward. However, if we do want to do the search, we're going to do a find. And if we find that record, we're going to display the results. Whether we find it or not, it's going to pop up on here, and then we're going to flip the buttons back again. So there's a little bit of stuff going on here, and I think you're going to see it in the cancel button and in the update button as well. I think we're going to touch base with that thing and do something a little different. So let's take a look and see what's happening here. Our search criteria is going to be a little bit different. We're going to use a last name search. We're going to be doing that type of thing. And we're going to have a text search name. It's going to be hidden behind the text last name. So it's actually there, but you don't see it. So we're going to have somebody enter something into the text box that's sitting right here under last name, which is really going to be text search name. Our last name, middle initial, full, and first name are going to appear. So as the address line 1 and 2, the city, state, and zip will pop up. We're going to use the update button that's hidden behind the edit button, the cancel button that's hidden behind the delete button to make this thing work. And of course, we're going to be using the search key to make that all happen. So a bunch of buttons are going to disappear again. We're going to have the ability to do an update or a search or a cancel when it comes time to actually do this. So we're going to see that. We're going to do something a little tricky with this button update button too. So you're going to see that happen. So let's go ahead and look at the code in this thing and see what we have to do. We'll jump into button search first and place it in here and then dictate what we actually want to do. What we want to do is we want to basically do a search. We can only do a search if something is in the file. So we're going to first of all check. We're going to do an if statement here and say if record count is greater than 0, we can do something. Else, we're going to display a message box that no records are loaded for the search. In other words, we ended up with an empty file, nothing's there, we can't do a search, that's going to happen, so that's going to get turned off at that point in time. If we do have something greater than 0, we can do a search. So how are we going to do that? Well, it's going to require some changes to our database a little bit. Maybe not so much the class. I think that's going to stay pretty much the same. What we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to do a couple of things here. We're going to set a Boolean searching variable to true. Notice it doesn't even exist anymore, so we're going to have to go up and fix it, put it in there. We're also going to take that text last name, make it visible, make it false, and text search name visible. In other words, we're going to have something we can actually turn on and look at. In our design, you're going to see that here. Right now, we're looking at the text last name field. If I send this to the back and click on it, we're now looking at the text search name field. So one is invisible, one is not. So we're going to be able to type into this area, and it's going to capture that name inside text search name is what it's actually going to do. Go back to our code. So that's all going to be there. So let's take care of the button search string first and see what we have to do here. We're going to do a couple of things with that. We go to the top of our file, where we had all that stuff here, and we're going to add that Boolean right here. That creates the Boolean searching function, making it false right away. So we have that thing there. With that Boolean taken care of, we now don't have an error down here. We're all fine. We still have to deal with the Boolean searching a bit, as we'll soon see. Another thing we want to do is, once we've done this, we want to be able to do a find. And we don't have a find button. Well, we do now. What we're going to do is we're going to say button update.text equal to find. Now we're going to change the look of the text button, that's the update button, to say find instead of update on it. So we're going to use the same code that is behind the update button, but we're going to add some things to it so it'll do the find as well. We're also going to flip the buttons so the user cannot do anything other than find and cancel. And then we're going to tell the user that enter last name to be searched and let them do that. Then they'll actually do the find thing. That's going to require a few things. Right now, what's going to happen is, let's see if this thing works at all at this point in time. If we look at this thing from a running standpoint, we end up getting our stuff. We're going to load some data right in here, and our data is out there right now. So let's do a search. If we do a search, enter the last name to be found comes in here, and our find and cancel routine are then what we're actually going to be doing. Now, it's probably going to blow up if I hit cancel. I'm not so sure about that. Let's find out. No, it does seem to go back that, an operation cancel. That's interesting. Let's do a search again and see if we'll do a find. Find should blow up. Yeah, it shouldn't get here. Okay, yeah. I put that in way back when. It couldn't get this. So we need to do some operations on this thing. So let's go ahead and get out of this. And let's go into the cancel routine. I'm going to go to our form here, and I'm going to bring up send this to the back and send this to the back, because I want to work with the find, which is going to replace update, and cancel. Let's do the cancel first. We'll double click on that and bring it up here. Here's what our cancel looks like at this point in time. What we want to do is make some changes to this thing. This is looking pretty good the way we've got it right now. We certainly want to do most of this, but there's a little bit that needs to be changed. I'm going to drop this thing down, and I'm going to go ahead and put in clearing the text boxes. Because once I've done my search, I don't want anything in there. So we're going to clear out the text box to make that happen. Then we're going to do an if statement in here, because we can do a couple things. We can either be searching or we can be editing. So I'm going to put this block in here. If not BL searching, I want to enable text boxes. That's one thing I want to do. So if I'm not searching, I want the text boxes to be enabled, because that means I'm doing a cancel on an edit or an add. If I am editing, I want to fill the text boxes and set the record count. So that's going to be sitting out there. After that, I want to display the record count. I want to, after we've done this, I want to display my record count, and I want to set my button update text back to update again, because right now it's saying find. So we want to correct that little problem. I want to flip the buttons back. I want to text search name visible as false. So I'll turn that off, clear it, and then last name visible to true. So my text last name is going to show up there. So I want that to be normal as we can go along. I want to set BLN searching to false. We want to turn off that Boolean, so we're not dealing with that thing anymore. I don't need to clear the back text box or enable text boxes, because I believe we've done that. We've enabled text boxes up here, and we've cleared them up here. So we can blow this away. Let's do it like this. And our adding goes false, editing is false, and the label is operation canceled is showing here. So that takes care of our cancel routine and puts it back the way it does. Let's see if that thing looks at all good. Let's do a start. Do a load. We can navigate if we wish to, or let's do a search. Do a search on here right now. We're going to type in bunny for Bugs Bunny. But I decided I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to cancel. I'll cancel it, and indeed, it puts us right back to nothing. We're sitting there with 4 records, and now we can simply go navigate now. So the cancel piece works. We want to do the update on this. So let's get out and fix the update button. The update is sitting right here. And our BLN adding all this piece right in here should be just fine. We shouldn't need to do anything with this. If it's editing, we should be able to do all this. Should be nothing changed. But I want to do another else if here. And that'll be BLN searching. And we're going to do some stuff in here. Then we'll leave our else shouldn't get here down here. So right here, we're going to put our searching criteria, which we're going to happen there. Well, we're going to do a whole bunch of things here. And I'm going to lay them all in here so we can look at them. I want to perform a search, and we haven't written that yet. I want to display the record count. I want to change my text button back to update, just like we did in the cancel button up here. I want to flip my buttons. My BLN searching, adding, and editing go to false. And my text search name gets turned off and gets set back. We did that in the cancel routine as well. So the only thing I have is a perform search routine that I have in here. That's what we have to actually write next. That means we're going to need to put some code in here. We can put that in right in here. And we'll create, let's run it up a little bit, private void perform search, and set up our brackets, braces. That puts it in there. So we're going to perform a search, and we're either going to find the record or we're not going to find the record. So how are we going to do that? Well, first thing I want to do is set up a string of str35 blanks and set it like that. It's a utility variable. Then I'm going to set up our search name is equal to text first name plus the 35 blanks, and then 0 to 20. So what I'm doing is I'm making the substring or the search name 20 characters long. So if you type in the word I'm searching for duck, you're going to get DUCK with 16 blanks after it, which will match duck in the database, which has DUCK with 16 blanks in it. So we're looking at the same thing. Then we're going to set the redirect pointer at 0. We're going to point at nothing. So this establishes a search name that I can use, and we're starting at record pointer of 0, so we're looking at nothing right now. Then we're going to set up our loop. I'm going to drop down 1 on this and lay it in here. For int counter equals 0, to I equals less than int count, record count, and we're going to increase I by 1. So we're starting at 0. We're going to step through something 1 by 1 using I. And we're setting up our class. Person, new person equals new person. So we're going here and we're setting up an instance of the class. So we are doing that. And we are then taking new person and making equal to anything list element at I. So in other words, we're looking at the first record in the list and putting it into our class, into our instance of the class. Then we can check it. If anything is I str name is equal to search name, our point is equal to I, we break, we get out. We're done. So basically this stops the loop if we find it. If we don't find it, the loop continues until it gets I++, I reaches the record count and we're out of there. So in any event, we end up with either a record pointer that has something in it, or we end up with a record pointer that's -1. That's where we've got. If we end up with -1 on here, we didn't find anything. If we end up with a number greater than -1, 0 through whatever, we have found something. So we can actually check that by doing an if statement on the int record pointer. And we can do that with another set of if statements. I'm going to give a space between this one too and pop it in here. If our record pointer now is greater than or equal to 0, we found a record. We can fill our text boxes at that point. What we look for has been found and pops up in the form so we can actually see it, and we give the user message record found. If we don't find anything, we clear the text boxes and we set the label record.text equal record not found. We didn't find anything. That's all we need to do. Let's see if this works. We do our load. We'll sit on Daffy Duck, and let's look for Bugs Bunny. We'll do a search on here, and we're going to do a search here, and we're going to look for Bunny. Now, Bunny's in there. When I do a find, it's going to attach a bunch of blanks to it, give ourselves a 20-character list, and it's going to go through the database to find it. Hit on here, bang. It did find Bunny. Record found, Bugsby, Bunny pops up. All this stuff there happens with record number. It doesn't say what record number it is, but we can easily find that out if we want to back up one and go forward. It's record 2 that he's sitting out there. We can also do another search now and look for duck and do a find. And Daffy Duck pops up. Finds it just fine. Let's do another search and look for bird, Tweety Bird. Do a find. Record not found. Tweety Bird is not in our system. We didn't add him. So we got a nice message coming back saying record not found, and that's it. We could add him now if we wanted to, or we could do another search if we wanted to. We can search for Leghorn, Foghorn Leghorn. Find. He's also not found. So our search seems to be working just fine. If it's out there, we find it. If it's not out there, we don't find it. And that's the extent of it. But that search, that's a simple form of search in a nutshell. We could do a whole bunch of different ways of doing it, or we're making everything the same case, or matching that kind of stuff. But this at least gets you into the point where you can actually see that a search can be done very easily on this thing, and you're all set to go. Search in a nutshell. And that's the Anything Database version 4, using a class in all its glory. We'll do something like this at least one more time when we visit databases, real databases. Thanks for watching. Visit the website when you get a chance, and please subscribe to the channel. There's more stuff coming every week. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.